El Colacho's baby jumping spectacle. Ever seen grown men leap over babies for luck? In Castrillo de Murcia, Spain, since 1620, the El Colacho festival has men dressed as devils jumping over rows of newborns laid on mattresses in the street. This Catholic ritual, tied to Corpus Christi, supposedly cleanses babies of original sin and wards off evil spirits. Picture red and yellow-clad figures hurdling infants as parents cheer, believing it brings divine protection. In 2025, it still draws crowds, with ex-posts calling it the wildest baptism ever. Fun fact, no baby's been hurt, but one Colacho sprained an ankle mid-leap in 2018. Locals swear by its spiritual power, but outsiders gawk at the sheer oddity. Would you lay your kid down for a devil's jump?
Boryeong Mud Festival's dirty party. Could you party in a giant mud pit? Every July in South Korea, the Boryeong Mud Festival turns a beach into a sloppy playground. Thousands wrestle, slide, and swim in mineral-rich mud, believing it's good for skin and health. Giant mud pools, obstacle courses, and even mud prisons keep the vibe chaotic. Started in 1998 to promote local cosmetics, it now pulls 2 million visitors, with 2025's event trending on X for its wild mud fights. Fun fact, the festival uses 10,000 tons of mud, trucked in from nearby flats. It's like a music festival meets a pigsty, with K-pop blaring and mud-caked selfies galore. Would you dive into a sea of sludge for glowing skin?
Monkey Buffet Festival's Primate Feast. Ever thrown a banquet for monkeys? In Lopburi, Thailand, the Monkey Buffet Festival lays out a 4-ton spread of fruits, veggies, and soda for 3,000 wild macaques. Held annually since 1989, it's meant to thank the monkeys for attracting tourists to the town's ancient temples. Picture tables piled with bananas as monkeys swarm, stealing cakes and splashing in fountains. In 2025, clips of monkeys chugging cola went viral, with some joking there, better guests than humans. Fun fact, the 2020 festival went virtual due to monkey overpopulation, with 10,000 primates crashing the party. Locals claim it boosts luck, but it's a chaotic free-for-all. Would you set a table for these furry freeloaders?
La Tomatina's Tomato Apocalypse. Ever fought in a war with tomatoes? In Bunal, Spain, every August, La Tomatina sees 20,000 people hurl 120 tons of overripe tomatoes at each other. Streets turn into a red, pulpy mess as crowds pelt strangers in a 1-hour frenzy. Started in 1945 after a festival brawl, it's now a global draw, with 2025 tickets selling out in minutes per Expos. Safety rules ban hard throws, but bruises and stained clothes are guaranteed. Fun fact, the town hoses down the mess with fire trucks, leaving no trace. It's pure, messy chaos, with participants swimming in tomato juice rivers. Would you join a food fight that paints a town red?
Kanamara Matsuri's Phallic Parade. Ever marched for a giant pink penis? Japan's Kanamara Matsuri, held every April in Kawasaki, celebrates fertility with a parade of massive phallic statues. Shinto priests bless the crowd, while revelers carry penis-shaped floats and munch on, yes, penis candy. Rooted in a 17th-century legend about a demon slaying iron phallus, it historically drew sex workers praying for STD protection. In 2025, posts of the festival's vibrant floats racked up millions of views, with some calling it Japan's weirdest pride. Fun fact, the festival raises funds for HIV research, blending absurdity with purpose. It's a cheeky, colorful spectacle that shocks and delights. Would you wave a phallic lollipop for good luck?
Frog Jumping Jubilee's Leaping Contest. Ever bet on a frog to win a race? In Calaveras County, California, since 1928, the Frog Jumping Jubilee pits amphibians in a hopping contest inspired by Mark Twain's short story. Competitors coax frogs to leap up to 20 feet, with cash prizes for the farthest jump. In 2025, Rosie the Ribbitor set a record at 21 feet, sparking X memes about Frog Olympics. Trainers use squirt guns and loud noises to spur their frogs, but no cruelties allowed. Fun fact, the 1986 champ was trained with a laser pointer. It's a quirky slice of Americana, drawing 40,000 fans yearly. Would you cheer for a frog named Hopzilla?
Hadaka Matsuri's naked scrum. Could you strip down for luck in freezing weather? Japan's Hadaka Matsuri, held in Okayama, sees thousands of men stripped to loincloths and battle to grab sacred sticks in a temple. Held in February, it's a shivering, sweaty scrum believed to bring prosperity. In 2025, 9,000 men joined, with clips showing the chaotic pileup under icy lanterns. The sticks, tossed by priests, are said to grant a year of fortune to whoever snags one. Fun fact, in 2019, a participant broke his nose but kept fighting. It's raw, rowdy, and revered, blending spirituality with brute force. Would you brave the cold for a lucky stick?
Cooper's Hill cheese chases rolling chaos. Ever chased a wheel of cheese down a hill? In Gloucestershire, UK, the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Festival has thrill-seekers tumbling after a 9-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese. The hill's so steep, racers hit 70 miles per hour, often breaking bones or spraining ankles. Dating back to the 1800s, it's a test of guts and gravity, with 2025's event trending on X for a viral wipeout montage. The winner keeps the cheese, but most just want bragging rights. Fun fact, in 1997, the cheese veered into a river, canceling the race. It's a mad dash that defies sanity. Would you risk a concussion for a cheesy prize?
Pidakala wars Dung Duel. Ever thrown cow poop for prosperity? In Kairupala, India, the Pidakala war sees villagers pelt each other with cow dung during a one-day festival. Held after Diwali, it's believed to bring health, wealth, and rain, rooted in a myth about a divine cow fight. In 2024, videos showed hundreds chucking dung cakes, with minor injuries common. Locals dry the dung into patties for maximum flingability, turning fields into a smelly battlefield. Fun fact, the 2023 event used 5 tons of dung, collected over weeks. It's gross, glorious chaos that locals swear by. Would you dodge or throw in this stinky showdown?
Wife Carrying World Championship. Could you carry your spouse through an obstacle course? In Sonkajärvi, Finland, the Wife Carrying Championship sees men haul their partners over 250 meters of hurdles, water traps, and sand pits. Started in 1992, it's inspired by a 19th-century robber who carried off women. Winners get beer equal to the wife's weight, often 100 pounds of brew. In 2025, a Finnish couple set a record at 45 seconds, trending on X for their epic splash through the water pit. Fun fact, one champ trained by carrying his wife upstairs daily. It's a hilarious test of strength and love. Would you sling your partner for a beer prize?
Call to action. Which of these bonkers festivals shocked you most? Baby jumping devils, tomato wars, or dung-throwing duels? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you join any of these wild parties? Smash that subscribe button for more insane traditions, and share this with your friends to blow their minds. Let's keep diving into the world's craziest celebrations.